The fifth letter of the Hebrew alphabet is He. The numeric value of He is 5. The pictogram or symbol behind the shape of the letter He is a mouth, breathing, breath. It indicates spirit or revelation, receiving understanding. The word He in Hebrew is spelled He Aleph. Like the Hebrew word Hine, it is an exclamation. It means see, behold, surely. It brings emphasis into something that is being said. The first letter He in the Bible occurs in Genesis 1:1. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. It occurs in the third of the 7 Hebrew words in the verse, Bereshit bara Elohim et hashamayim ve'et haaretz. The third word is the word for God, Elohim. Elohim has 5 letters, and He is the middle letter. The Hebrew word that represents the name of God is Yud-He Vav-He. The word hints at the name of Jesus. There are 2 letters He in Yud-He Vav-He. Jews will not pronounce this name. It is unthinkable for a Jew to twist this word into something entirely made up and say Jehovah or Yahweh. Those were never the names for God. There is no power in those names. The New Testament tells us plainly, there is no other name under heaven given among men by which we must be saved. And that name is the name of Jesus, the Messiah, the Nazarene. Yud-He Vav-He hints at the name of Jesus. When Jews come to this word Yud-He Vav-He in the Hebrew Scriptures, they say Adonai, Lord, or Hashem, the name. When they write, they simply write He. The single letter He is an abbreviation for Hashem, the name. The single letter He in Jewish thought indicates God, and we have the revelation that it means Jesus. The pictogram or symbol behind the shape of the letter He indicates spirit. And the New Testament tells us that for we who have placed our faith in Jesus and in his atoning death on the cross and in his resurrection from the dead, the spirit of him who raised Jesus from the dead dwells in you. He who raised Jesus from the dead will also give life to your mortal bodies through his Spirit who dwells in you. The numeric value of the letter He is 5. 5 reveals the grace of God, the unmerited favor of God, and the supernatural power that God imparts to those who believe in the name of Jesus. In the closing chapters of Genesis, we read how Joseph, who is a type of the Messiah, was reunited with his brothers in Egypt. Benjamin was the younger brother of Joseph. They were both born to the same mother, Rachel. Benjamin received 5 times more from Joseph than the other brothers. In Genesis chapter 45, we learn that Benjamin also received 5 changes of clothing from Joseph. These are pictures of the grace that will be poured out on the remnant of Israel when they come to faith in their Messiah, in Jesus, at the end of this age. In the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 14, we read that Jesus multiplied 5 loaves of bread so that they fed 5,000 men, plus women and children. And in a parable of Jesus in Matthew chapter 25, we read that the good and faithful steward received 5 talents and gained 5 more. But the best indication that 5 is the number for the grace of God comes when we understand that in God's thinking, 1,000 years is like a day. We read this in Psalm 90 verse 4 and also in 2 Peter chapter 3 verse 8. And when we also then realize that Jesus was born just before the end of 4,000 years of human history, at the end of the fourth day, we might say, as God would see it. But Jesus began his ministry, and most importantly, he instituted the new covenant in the shedding of his blood at the beginning of day 5, as God would see it. Truly, the law came through Moses, but grace and truth came to us through Jesus Christ.